Well, hello again YouTube from the Edgun cave. This is something you don't see every day. This is one of the air cylinders of the Leshiy 2 8-gun cylinders that failed on hydro testing, and we're gonna saw it in half. So let's see how it goes. I already started from the thickest part because you would have seen nothing because I had my hands and everything on the way, but we'll try to cut the rest of it so that you people can see. Let's see how it goes. And just like so, we have two halves. Now that we got them apart, just let them close the gloves off and take them to the bench, and we can examine them a little bit better. So, yeah, just as I was afraid, it's this corner that I was worried, because this is a sharp corner. That's not a good design. But other than that, different material and reducing the corner, so you get a little bit more material here, because when this is getting pressurized, it's starting to bulge from here. It can create a stress riser in the corner, and that is a failure point where the crack will start to continue forward. Yeah. Other than that, why I cut this in half is because it's easier to take sample with the material analyzer. Yeah. One thing that I was thinking about the thumbnail that I used and that one that exploded, maybe it had a different material and it was harder and not as malleable as this, because this is just stretching and stretching. Let's see if we can take the straight edge. As you see, it's been bulged. It was straight. It's rocking a bit. But yeah, that's not the point now. Now we just need to test the material. I don't know when I get to go to the university and use the analyzer, but I hope within a week or so. I have other stuff also than this. This is just a hobby, and this was something I wanted to do ASAP, because My friend wants to shoot the gun, but no, now it's not possible. Just gonna take the measurements, make screw-on ends that we can screw on a chromoly pipe. So that'll take care of that. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with this part. If I'm going to use the regulator, or if you're going to see if Huma has some kind of regulator that fits in some pipe. Need to check what kind of sizes they have, or we need to make an adapter for that. But yeah, but that's going to be a whole nother different video. This was just about safety. But yeah, this is something you don't see every day. So, just finished running the simulation on a Leshiy 2-cylinder design. Copied the dimensions on here, and I even went as far that I used 7075, which is the best aluminium suited for the task. And looking at the cylinder from everywhere except where it's not meeting it, actual safety factor 0.19. That is not good at all. And as in previous videos we talked about the aluminium tensile strength, which was 503 for the 7075, and this is exaggerated picture of what the pressure does to this. The pressure was 30 MPa, megapascals, so 300 bars. Remember, this is 300 bars. I can show you it in a bit, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. That sharp corner I mentioned in the cutout video, just previous to this one. Actually, it might be in the same video. I'm not sure how I edit this. But yeah, there is the stress riser, 757 megapascals on that sharp corner. And remember, that's 0.2 millimeter radius on that corner for the late tool radiuses. And as you can see here, oh, come on, focus. It is very sharp corner. Well, there might be the 0.2 millimeter radius. If they're using proprietary aluminium cutting inserts, they don't usually have even the 0.2. They are razor sharp. But I put the 0.2 millimeters there just for the benefit of the doubt. And still, 7075 even won't cut it. I'm sorry to say for Edgun, but this has been a bad decision on the engineering part to make that sharp corner there. You need to reduce every inside corner on pressure vessels if you do it like this. I bet 5 millimeter radius there would make a world of difference. Actually, I can model that in there and run a new simulation, but this is not going to be on this video. It's going to be another video. But yeah, I give you out the information and you act upon it as you see best. But this is my warning to the Edgun community. and to be honest, I would not risk my life on this design. And let's see, we open here the edit, and you can see it's 30 megapascals, so 300 bars on the inner faces. The holdout face is here so that it won't push the cylinder forward like a projectile. But yeah, everything except the thread is pressurized in this, as you can see. All the other stress cases are acceptable. They're within 160 to 300 megapascals, within that range. So sad to give you guys bad news. I really hate it, but I'd rather give bad news than hear about an accident that blows somebody's head off. Yeah. You all stay safe and have a nice day if you can. Bye. Okay, just for shits and giggles, I change the cylinder so that there's 5mm radius in the bottom, and the highest stress riser is now on the threads, which are not actually under pressure. So this would be safe design with that radius in the bottom, so then there would be more material. I can show you the design. Let's see. Let's make a section and analyze this. No, it's difficult to rotate this with. Yeah. So that kind of modification to the cylinder bottom, and all is well in the world. So, but still I wouldn't use an aluminium cylinder for days of fatigue life, and it will not hold for indefinitely. So yeah. But anyways, I hope this clears some of the things that are most likely floating around now. Everybody is thinking about what to do and so on and so forth. I think I'm going to draw up a safe design that can be utilized, that will have chrome molybdenum tubes and aluminium screw-in end caps. So it's going to reduce the air volume somewhat in the cylinder, but better a little less air than losing your head. But yeah, you all take care. Bye.